Today, the topic of our discussion is nominalization. But before I come to the nominalization, we have to understand the origin of the nominalization. Origin of the nominalization is a noun. That means we have to understand first the noun. Now, different aspect, and you can see the properties of noun that we have to discuss. We discuss the noun in sense of types. We also discuss the noun in sense of case. We also discuss the noun in sense of number and person. And also we discuss the noun in case of gender. And the fifth properties of noun is that nominalization. So, 5 different properties of nouns are there. But all the 4 properties, types of noun, case of noun, and number and person of noun, as well as gender of noun, we have discussed in previous class. Already we are aware about all these things. So no need to discuss at present here about the types, about the case, number and person and gender. In 10th class, we have to come to discuss directly about the nominalization. So, what is the nominalization? We have to first ask this question and understand. Nominalization is a process forming the noun from another parts of a speech. Here, the types of noun, case of noun, number and person of noun, gender of noun, these all are the behavior of existing noun. We have to first categorize these things. Existing noun, such as the man, woman, girl, boy, book, bench, school, city, town. These are the existing nouns. But some of the nouns are, in our practical life, they are not existing originally. We form according to our requirement. So noun which we form according to our requirement, those nouns are called nominalized noun, and therefore nominalization is a process of forming the noun from another parts of the speech. Here, nominalization is a method of formation of noun from other parts of a speech, such as verb, adjective, and etc. So today we shall discuss first about the formation of noun, that is nominalization from verb. But before coming to the formation of noun from verb, we have to understand or also know the significance of the nominalization. Significance of nominalization is that it makes the sentence smoother than the simple sentence. Second benefit of this particular nominalization is this particular nominalization synthesizes the sentence. That means it joins the 2 or more sentences together without having any more contradiction. And third benefit of nominalization is that it synthesizes the sentence as well. It simplifies the sentence. 2 or more sentences, compound sentence or complex sentence, can be changed into the simple sentence by means of the nominalization. So there are too many advantages in our practical life of expressing the English by means of the nominalization. So nominalization helps us different ways, and therefore we have to learn some of the methods. So today we shall discuss about formation of noun from verb. So first our step is that formation of noun from verb. Formation of noun from verb. Method number 1. By adding r or er as a suffix to the verb, we get the noun. As for example, before coming to the example, verb plus r/er equal to noun. Here you can see add er, we get single. Dry, we add a, we get dry. Right, we add r, we get right. So these all nouns which we have got by this method of nominalization are the agent or doer noun. These are the agent or doer noun. So the method by which adding the r or er to the verb we get the noun, whatever or how many nouns that we get, all those nouns are going to be agent or doer noun. Always supposed to be doer noun. So another method, and it doesn't mean that we only make the one type of noun from one verb. No. As for example, you can see this verb govern. Govern. And here we add er. It becomes governor. So it will be the agent noun. But when we add made, that means it becomes government. Then after this is a system noun. System. So here I see agent noun, system noun. There will be some confusion because most of the process of the study takes the noun different types: proper noun, common noun, collective noun, material noun, abstract noun. But here I am telling you, agent noun, system noun, this particular thing creates the confusion. So I would like to clarify this confusion. Proper, common, collective, material, abstract, these all are the types of existing noun. That means now those are already existing in this world. Those are the common, proper, collective, etc. But here, the noun which we are getting, these are not existing noun. These are the formatted noun. We are forming from another parts of the speech as per our requirement, and that's why this particular noun can be termed a different way. Therefore, already I have told you that noun which we have added r or er, they are agent or doer noun, and we add ment, ment as a suffix, then it becomes system noun. So second method of forming the noun from verb is that second verb plus ment equal to government. Verb plus ment equal to noun. Now, here example, ment equal to government. So many examples are there. Require plus ment, requirement. Develop plus ment, development. So these all are the noun we are getting by adding the ment. They are the system. Environment is a system, government is a system, development is a system. So these all nouns which we are getting by adding the ment as a suffix, these all are the system noun. So another method of forming the noun by use of the ment as a suffix, and the next method of forming the noun by adding the son. That means verb plus son by son equal to noun. Now here you can see the third method of forming the noun from verb is that either you add son or son, then we get the agent noun. As for example, admit plus son equal to admission. So admission is a noun. Register plus son, registration. Requirement. So these all are the process. That means adding the son we get the noun, and whatever the noun that we get by adding the son, these all nouns are going to be the process noun. Process noun. So in our subject of science or the mathematics, we see that the most of the words are written or taken under the consideration by means of the sum. As for example, in mathematics, multiply plus sum equal to multiplication, subtract plus sum equal to subtraction, add plus sum equal to addition. So these all the nominalization has been done into the mathematics or in the science. These all are process now, and we generally discuss about the process in science. Come to the science. Filter plus sum, filtration. Sediment plus sum, sedimentation. Evaporate plus sum, evaporation. Condense plus sum, condensation. So different types of noun that we get by help of adding the suffix by different suffix and different types of suffix. Here you can see we have got the process noun by adding the sum. Now the fourth method of forming the noun is that verb plus age equal to noun. Example, past plus age equal to passage. Marry plus age equal to marriage. So we get the noun by adding the age as a suffix, and that's why carry plus age equal to carriage. So what those are? Age as a last. It is a very clear. Those are the formatted noun, or you can say the nominalized noun, because it has been changed into the noun later by taking the verb and adding the age to it. So these are the process, and some of the verbs are not having the any suffix at all. Even by placing in place of a noun, we can get without any modification as a noun. And then after the fifth process of forming the noun, verb plus aa equal to noun. Here we can see remove plus al equal to removal, arrive plus al arrival. So verb generally those are ending with v or ve. Then we add al as a suffix to get the noun. Here we can see that remove, at last of the remove is ve, and that's why we have added here a, and that is become the removal. Removal is a noun. But again this question comes, initially we have categorized the noun, formatted noun, by adding the r or er we have got agent or doer noun. By adding the main we have got system noun. By adding the son, tion or sion, we have got process noun. Then question comes, by getting this process either by age or by adding the al, what kind of noun it would be? So it is very clear. These are called a status noun. A status noun, because these all tells the status. As for example, marry plus age. Marriage is a status of a man or woman. Same way, remove plus removal. Removal is a state of anything that has got now. And arrival is a state. Let the train has arrived. Arrival is state of the train. So these all are the status now. Then after the sixth process and the most easiest process of forming the noun, If we don't get the required noun that to speak or to write, then it will be easy to just add ing or get it the gerundial noun. As for example, by adding ing as a suffix, we get gerundial. If I say smoking is injurious to health, here smoke, I am smoking. Smoke itself is a noun. But again, smoking, by taking the ing, it has become the gerundial noun. And it has come in place of subject, and that's why it is a noun. So it is a gerundial noun. By adding the ing also, we get the noun. Now, another process of forming the noun from adjective. So now we shall come back to the next formation of noun. Formation of noun from adjective. Step 1. By adding ness. Adjective plus ness, we get noun. As for example, smart plus ness, equal to smartness. Good plus ness, goodness. Cheerful plus ness, cheerfulness. So we add the ness as a suffix to adjective, and then also we get adjectival noun. And this process is again called nominalization. That means it is very clear. Only forming the noun from verb is not the matter. Even we can form the noun from noun also. Beauty is a noun, and beautiness is also a noun. So, what is the difference between the beauty and beautiness? Beauty is a born noun, existing noun, and beautiness is a formatted nominalized noun. So, both are the noun. But remember, we have formatted the noun from noun. Beauty is a noun, and beautiness is a formatted noun. So we have formatted the noun from noun. So we can form the noun from the noun also, and here we are forming the noun from adjective. And the next method of forming the noun from adjective is that by using adjective in a specific way, we can also get the noun. As for example, if I say the rich man is always respected. In this example, we can see rich has been used as an adjective of man. Man is a noun, and before man, rich has come as an adjective. But this is a mistake and one of the wrong statements, because we cannot use the rich, because adjective in positive degree doesn't take definite article. A rich man is always respected, but when we use the, then man will go off, and this rich itself becomes the noun. That means it is very clear, when an adjective is used as a noun, then after we have to use different articles before adjective, and the noun which we get by this process, that means adjective, then this noun must supposed to be plural. So we use not is, we use are. So the next sentence, according to that, the rich are always respected. This is the difference. Earlier the rich was adjective because it has come before the noun man. And when the rich was as an adjective, it was compulsory to use or before that. But now the rich has become noun, and therefore the two things are mainly the two changes that we have to make. One, that we use repeat article though before that, and then after must consider that particular term plural. Okay, next more over English.